Hello guys, how's it going? I'm HatCHeTHaZ and welcome back to the channel. So tonight we are checking out an upcoming game called Dull Grey. This is a visual novel style game and it's got an art style somewhat similar to the Soviet Union in the 1920s, and this says here is a visual novel about growing up, and it depends on certain choices that you make whilst playing this visual novel. So yeah, I did like the art style to this, so I thought I'd give this a whirl for you guys. And yeah, I do want to thank the publishers and developers for providing me with a game, and yes, and for allowing me for streaming it early for you guys. So let's get to it, and I hope you enjoy. She sits and stares into space. Ash-coloured hair arranged in a bun. Eyes are watering. "Give your granny a hug," says Mother. He comes, bends over to the armchair and cuddles the wise and declining body. The older lady struggles to open in response. "And who is it? Who's this?" she mumbles. "This is your lovely grandson. Remember how you looked after him, how you taught him the alphabet?" Shh. Mother gestures, showing splashes of water. "Kirisha," the old lady pronounces the names, a meaningless sequence of sounds. Kisish. Mother repeats Mother and then adds a bitter chuckle, and a person is gone. He wants to withdraw, but Mother puts her hand on his shoulder. "Stay with your granny for long, it won't hurt." Now just bear with me guys, let me just finger. Trying to sorry, so we can read it a bit better. Just for a friendly chat without my being new here. He stops. The old lady is wearing a green dressing gown with flower patterns. It has recently been washed and smells of cheap washing powder. Kirk can hear her heart beating. Thump thump. It's warm. Their home, two porky tin bunkhouses pressed against each other, their doors open to a common porch. His father built in using parts of broken robots and was very proud of his work. Now it is used as a clothes dryer, and Granny's rocking chair stands under its rusty overhang. It's all surrounded by steam. Steam, hot springs, mountains, pale sky, and silence. "Today is an important day," says Mother. "We are going to choose a profession for Kerr." What? A beetle is crawling up the bunkhouse wall. It stops and slowly and thoroughly cleans its wings. It's springtime, even though snow is still lying everywhere. Profession for Kerr? They've got these rules nowadays. Progress program gives us options and we have to choose. Mother noisily sighs, strokes her son's back. "Oh, my troublemaker, what will you be? Ooh, a lamplighter or a tallyman?" Go with Tallyman. A modern profession, she says, a respected one, and Uncle Courtney liked it too. And don't you frown, don't frown, Uncle Courtney. Always wants what's best for you, and you know that. And adds to herself. Oh, I hope he'll manage to master it. That's the greatest concern. I'll play myself in the middle. Anyway, they go one after the other along a narrow metal bridge holding the rails. The bridge is shaking under their feet. Its metal sound is drowning in the squelching of mud currents. The air is heavy and humid. Mother leads the way, but constantly turns around, gestures, exclaims. Her son walks on morose, silent and lost in thought. They walk for a long time. The great flame! Mother suddenly stops. What is this? A dark giant with square netted eyes is leaning over the road. Its metal spider legs are sinking in mud. Scared me to death, you stupid piece of metal, exclaims Mother. What is it doing here? Did anything explode again? This is GeoEF maintenance robot. The tube fragments on its back look like arrows in a giant quiver. Strangely enough, it's not doing anything, just turning its head, as if it is waiting for something. They cautiously approach, pass between its legs, constantly looking around. Mother is holding her son's hand. As soon as they get behind the robot's back, the giant thing turns with clanking and screeching. Somewhere high above, a sandpiper flies up with an alarming cry. What is it doing? Asks Mother. Her son shrugs his shoulders. Alright, let's move on, says Mother, for some reason, in a whisper. The robot follows them. It pulls out its legs from the sticky mud with loud squelching sound, moves in several steps, dashes, often stops to turn its head around as if sniffing. Mother is nervous, biting her lips. Her hands are cold. But why would anyone get nervous? It's just a robot, lost its way. Unusual business. A chain of signals got broken, and the only thing to do is to go in the nearest road and wait to be taken away. Taking Kurt to school, his father helped such machines get back on the way a few times. Half an hour later, the robot's loudspeaker suddenly activates and it says in an even mechanical voice, "What profession have you chosen?" In response, her mother quickens her pace. Her son struggles to keep up with her. The robot follows them, and after another dash repeats, "What profession have you chosen?" "I've chosen the Tanneman." "Tanneman," Mother finally growls over her shoulder. "Oh," says the robot, and falls silent for a long time. Then adds, "Don't go for a Tanneman." "Why is that?" Mother asks. "They are parasites, dumb and fat. Everyone despises them." Okay. It pauses again as if concentrating. His loudspeakers crackle. In Algova, no one wants to be a tallyman anymore. They get candidates from dumps such as this. "Don't listen to him," says Mother quietly. Her son nods. The robot adds, "Talmans are an error of progress program. An embarrassing error." Okay. Later on, the station is right ahead at the bottom of the crater, black, massive and drowning in steam. lines of rods protruding from its flat roof that looks like a gigantic hairbrush. Some of its teeth are occupied by spike heads. They slowly turn, blink while charging. Some orange light goes blinking in the fog too, as if responding to the spike heads. The dull constant humming is audible. The mother waves her hand and shouts, "Hey, hello, hey, did they see us? I sent them a message on the net. They should be waiting for us." Immediately claps her hands. The net. Was there any connection today? Her son snorts, points at the spikeheads. If the servers are there, the net should be available. Phew. But of course, she laughs. There are so many of them previously. You would be happy even if one strayed into this place. I remember that just after the war born, we had to find something out. About some medicine perhaps. Unfortunately, there was no Spiky around, and you wouldn't stop crying. It was horrible. Apologies for the yawn, but it's kind of late over here in the UK. She suddenly starts laughing and asks anxiously, "Do you think they will accept this one?" She nods at the robot behind them. Or will it trail behind us till thermal? Her son shrugs. It depends on whose shift it is today. They accepted this one and had a good laugh about how the robot characterized professions. Of course, these were the controllers. The communication department's full of kids. They used the timetable to figure out who could stumble into their robot and decided to play a joke on you. But you know it spoke in such a way. It's Aunt Tamara. She's wearing a uniform jacket, an embroidered scarf around her neck and earrings. She's sitting at a big window with Mother and drinking tea. Tea, 2 sugars please, putting cups on the corner of the table between piles of paperwork. Aunt Tamara's daughter is spying a little farther away in an armchair holding a portable computer on her laptop. Her name is Yana. She's keeping her back straight and her expression stern. Son can't take his eyes off her. She notices it and shrugs her thin shoulders in discontent. Of course, she is a grown-up 2 years older than him and already has a proper job. Behind the armchair there are handrails and a long staircase going down into the darkness of a maintenance workshop. A robot accepted for preventive maintenance stares from the dark. They have already dismantled its legs. "So where are you going now?" asks Aunt Tamara. "To thermal, to meet the navigator." "Oh, the navigator, such a handsome man, and he travels in a train that I've never seen before. I even envy you." "Come on, there's nothing to envy. We are bags of nerves." Aunt Tamara nods understandably. "Well, jokes apart, what profession have you chosen?" "Tannerman! Are you kidding? These are the restless who go around the world and do God's knows what." "Well, Kapka, this is beyond me." "They say it's a good profession." Okay. Those parasites and do-nothings, Aunt Tamara continues to boil. They are controlling progress program objects, Mother. It turns out rather hesitantly. The phrase is clearly a cliché. Just listen to yourself. Controlling progress program. Tell me another one. It's nothing but a show for idiots like you. They already have it all controlled and made the decisions a long time ago, and without green kits. Okay, I'm going to the kitchen. Well, the declares Yana, then rises in subtle emotions to care to follow her. Go ahead, where's Aunt Tamara? The kitchen is a porky and dark place. The only source of light is round holes in the ceiling. The door of the fridge is covered with souvenir magnets. The headless robot frame sits in the corner. Don't listen to my mum, smells Yana. It's so like her, imagining things. Kira nods. And why did you stop going to school? She asks. He mumbles something like, well, you see, is it because of what happened to your father? It must be really tough. And why wouldn't you move to thermal? At least you'll have people around. Kerr repeats his usual, well, you see, and points somewhere behind his back. Your mum doesn't want to know. Kerr nods. You are so untalkative. Are you afraid of me? He intensely shakes his head. Yana takes out a mirror, turns to the light and spends some time contemplating her own reflection. She then binds her head with a single motion. And asks, tell me, am I beautiful? Yes, you are. Oh, she checks herself. Stop, hold on. You got it all wrong. Kerr's thoughts are in turmoil. He doesn't know what to do or what to feel. The whole situation shed shivers up his spine. The sound of Mother's loud voice comes from the workshop. You see, he wants nothing, absolutely nothing. What do I do? What? Yana continues. Don't say anything, no need, but let me tell you one thing. Her eyes flash with strong emotions. You know what? Get away from here if you have a chance. You need to go away. Kerr nods slowly and hesitantly. Tell me the truth. Who do you want to be? Oh, choices, choices. Talaman, says Mother, entering the kitchen. Get ready, Kirill. It's time to go. What would happen if I kept changing my decision? Gondola, a two-seater metal cage slowly moving above a milk-white sea stream. It creaks, rocks. The outlines of the mounting are barely visible. The settlement of Thermal is on the opposite slope. They've almost arrived. Mother looks very sad, head down, her chin resting on clasped hands. Suddenly, in front of them from the fog there rises a whistling and moaning geyser. Geyser, better knowing how you pronounce it. It falls down only to shoot up again, roaring and gaining strength, rising higher and higher. Gondola stops. It tripped to center. Now it will turn into an ordeal. The net connection has been lost too. Sun pushes refresh button on the tablet several times. Mother starts crying. Murky tears mixed with mascara run down her cheeks. Right here. It happened right here, she whispers. Shoo, but she is wrong. It didn't happen here. It happened a few miles to the north. His father was making a new signal path for robots. Routine work done hundreds of times. But that day he slipped on a patch of dirt and fell into boiling water. Nice, got boiled alive. The great flame, the great all-forgiving flame, Mother keeps whispering. How could you let it happen? How? How is it even possible in the best of the worlds? In the just world? They buried him a year ago. Granny's still in her senses, lit the traditional funeral fire herself. brushed everyone away with a single swing of a hand. This was the last dominant gesture in her life. Her eyes faded together with the last flames. Starting from the moment the three of them lived in their metal bunkhouses, away from the settlement, from other people, away from life. Mother was afraid of geysers and wouldn't let him go to school. He had to take an online distance learning course. Robots would deliver their food. It was boring. Sometimes Uncle Corny would call on them, talk for a long time in his even voice about profession, about choice, and about something else that was important. He would say, "Now listen carefully," and Kerr failed to do that every time. "What will become of you, my son?" says Mother through tears. "My case is clear. I'm a done deal. But you, it's breaking my heart." Kerr carefully touches her still clasped hands. She looks up and asks, "What will you be, Sonny?" "Oh, she'll just stick with Danneman." "Danneman," she says without waiting for his reply. "You'll go away and won't do well there. Just won't get it right. They will chew you up and spit you out into a dustbin, or worse, you will become a big important man and forget all about me." Right-o! A school, a tall rectangular building on the slope of a mountain, long, narrow windows from steps on its facade. He stands with Uncle Corny on a rusty balcony. Mother is inside collecting his school supplies. What can one collect there for so long? His school shoes, his broken tablet? Strange. You've got to remember that progress program is the greatest blessing and the greatest evil of modern times, says Uncle Corny. He is always very polite, neat and absolutely unemotional, like a robot, even worse. Listening to him is a torture. In fact, he is no uncle to Kerr, and not a teacher. He is a local technical administrator. He provides access to the net for all visitors. And the school is not really a school, rather a club. Sending children there is already no more than a custom. Parents do it to make them socialise and get them out of the house. Today, Progress Program has almost unlimited control over people's life, and it's excellent, continues Uncle Corny. We see what wonderful fruits it yields all over the world. He makes a gesture that sweeps across the horizon. Somewhere in the distance, hundreds of miles away, there stands the city of Algova, the modern city, the dream city, the fruit city. They cannot see it from here. What they can see are ramshackle 5-story houses in the settlement of a flock of sandpipers flies from one house to another, manoeuvring between cables. Unfortunately, each program has errors, said Uncle Courtney, and in Progress Program's case, these errors are disastrous. Here he suddenly chuckles in a strange way. Kerr gives him a bewildered look. "Excuse me," says Uncle, turning away and hastily whispering, "God bless and save us." What Kerr's father really hated was the believers in the flame, called them Sigens. But his father liked very few people. Granny, yes. Mother, perhaps. Kerr. This is why Progress Program needs independent supervisors. Talmans, continues Uncle. Of course, this is a great responsibility. You have to learn a lot, visit a lot of places and gain understanding of the mechanisms that control our lives. These are very intricate mechanisms, he adds with another chuckle, embarrassing himself. Trust me, it's not for nothing that they have chosen you. This means that the program detected certain personality traits in you, understanding traits. This is a great honour, not just for you, also for us, for the whole thermal. Getting rigged, just one error, you can repair dozens, hundreds of lives. I would gladly. Here, Uncle Corny stops, closes his eyes. Inconspicuous and neatly dressed, a bald spot on his head is still visible through his combed back hair. A short, lonely man, that's what he is. He calms down, opens his eyes, asks, "Tell me the main thing. What decision have you made? What will you be?" "Tallyman! He'll be a Tallyman," replies Mother, stepping out onto the balcony. "What can you do if it's your destiny?" "It's good. It's the right thing to do," says Uncle Corny. "It will be better for everyone this way." Mother sighs. "It's all in the Flames' will," he adds. "Son, give us some time. We need to have a word in private," says Mother with effort. Kerr nods obediently and disappears in the doorway. After he leaves, sirens start wailing in the settlement of Thermal. Now the school is empty. Sounds echo in desolate arched halls. Walls are decorated with dull mosaics showing episodes of space exploration. Pots with flowers double their number in mirrors. Kerr is happy that he managed to get away from adults. He wants to do the thing that he planned to do for a long time. He intends to get into mischief. Use his hacking tool. It's a program that he created a year ago, but had no time to run because of his father's death. Now it's time to do it. Who knows what is going to happen to him after he meets the navigator? Kerr finds his terminal. His favourite cup of a cheerful robot is still inside the drawer of the desk. Unwashed and stained brown, there is a layer of dust on the keyboard. The screen lights up. The program launches. A faint smile appears on Kerr's face. It's time to have fun. He goes through the profiles of his schoolmates and edits their photos, turns them upside down, adds a moustache, horns or an elephant's trunk. Stops on Yana's photo, looks at it for a long time. She is stunningly beautiful. He wants to draw a heart on the photo, makes an attempt but cannot find the strength to do it. Instead, he turns the terminal off and slowly shovels back to the balcony. Kerr pushes the door and sees a strange scene. Excuse me. Mother is crying and Uncle Corny hugs her, kisses her forehead, and apparently says a prayer. When they notice Kerr, they jump from each other like scalded cats. "So," starts Uncle Corny, but gets stopped by a coughing fit. "So what is your final choice?" he finally asks. "Tallyman," says his mother. Quickly without looking at Uncle Corny, she takes Kerr's hand and they leave. Is this the way to Amarillo? The settlement of Thermal. A tiny waiting room at the railway station. Armchairs with torn covers, portraits of the leaders of the past. Stuffy air. The navigator's train is late. This is a rare occurrence under Progress Program Control. This is why Mother got worried and went to the control room to ask for information. Kerr is looking out the window, his head propped with his fist. There are pylons, mountains, cables, a big-headed station robot is trudging somewhere. Nothing extraordinary. There is about a dozen of dead flies between the thick, dim, double glazing. Nice. This is more interesting. How did they even get there? Kerr gets sunk in his thoughts. Hey, dude! There is an unshaven fellow in a dirty leather jacket standing in the doorway. Kerr mumbles something incoherent in response. Oh, excuse me. The fellow sitting next to him fidgets in the armchair and grins. You are the Lamplighter's son, right? Kerr nods. Was a decent man, grins the fellow. He once slammed one of ours, really showed him hell. Decent. He smells of wine and sweat. His hands are shaking on the armrests. His feet are black with dirt. Why are you stuck out here like a sore thumb? Failing the 5-year plan? Kerr mumbles as usual. Well, you see, nods towards the window. All you are waiting for the navigator to choose a profession, I reckon. I had a profession too. Worked at the GEOES as a senior machinist at the pipe shop. And then robots came and took everything away, the profession, and the fellow gives out a sound similar to the roar of a wounded animal. And do you know who I am now, dude? Kerr shakes his head. The fellow leans forward and says in a loud whisper, I'm a revolutionary. They spend some time in silence. A train whistles in the distance. Progress program is making slaves out of us, continues the fellow, and we need to fight it. Do you know what our main weapon is? No? Wits, he says, and bursts into half roar, half laughter. Look at me, I'm free as a bird, yet I'm in the heart of a prison. I'm giving you good advice. You need to live this way. And the revolutionary shows a swimming fish with his hands. Grins. Alright, dude, now tell me what type of slavery have you chosen? Tallyman! He'll be a tallyman, says Mother, coming into the waiting room. Her voice is brisk and angry. Now get lost, scoundrel. Charming, but after the word tallyman, the fellow's facial expression changes dramatically. Hey dude, when you get there, check my profile, huh? Get the hell out of here, shouts Mother. Hey, it's clearly in error, he continues, stopping in the doorway. Just a mistake. There's just something there to make Tamara, my dear Tamara, return to me. Can't you see what's happening to me? His voice drowns in the clanking of the train wheels. A tall and well-built navigator. His open coat reveals a formal, well-ironed suit. His lips are pursed disapprovingly. He looks around. It's dirty here, but it's fine. We'll deal with it too. We'll tidy up here as well. As he speaks, he casually brushes a fleck of dust off his sleeve. Mother stares at him in fascination. What's wrong? asks the navigator. Replies Mother, your eyes are glowing. Kurt also noticed it. They were not eyes, but two bright blue flashlights cutting through the darkness with their light. I'm serious, son. Can you see it too? I noticed it before during your conversations in the net, but I thought that this was an effect. What do you call it? Computer generated? But it is so in real life as well. Amazing. In reply, the navigator brushes another fleck of dust off. Now, not so casually as before, then says, these are implants. Do you like it? Oh, exclaims Mother. I love it. I'm glad. Now please come in, comrades. We have a serious task to do. The carriage is light and tidy. It has no windows. Large screens go along the walls on top of another. There is a swivel high-back leather armchair in the middle. The audio system is playing classical music. Take a seat. I'll be back in a minute, says the navigator. They settle on the couch in front of the armchair, says Kerr. First Kerr, then Mother. They sit right on the edge with their backs straight, looking at the screens. They show people. Uncle Corny, Aunt Tamara, Yana. Yana. Can you see our old woman there? Asks Mother in a whisper. Her son shakes his head. They never install cameras in houses. These are the rules. It's a shame, she continues. We could have had a look. I'm sure she invited old men to have a drinking bout. I bet she did. The thought seems extremely amusing to her. Sits back on the couch, nudges her son in the shoulder. Keep your cool, Carell. We can do it. Everything will be okay. The navigator returns. He is holding a bulging bag with Algova's emblem on it. Something similar to an antenna is protruding from the bag. These are presents, he says. You'll get them after making your choice. Then he delivers a long official congratulatory speech from one of the screens. It's overflowing with standard cliches such as first big step in your life, civil responsibility, and equal importance of every person and every profession of progress program. And it all ends with a direct path to a brighter future. Finally, he puts his tablet aside and looks at Kerr with his glowing eyes. Attentively, inquisitively. Mother's sighs, spirits sink awfully low by that time. Sitting with her head down, tugging her hair, looking troubled. Well, says the navigator, it's time to make up your mind. What profession have you chosen? Lamplighter. Tallyman. Tallyman, says Mother, and gives a heavy sigh. The navigator turns his gaze to her for the first time, stays silent for a while, starts typing something on his tablet with one hand. The probability of your setting the boy up for an unhappy future at this moment is high. His voice unemotional, empty. Are you sure about your choice? Yes. Trophy. Happiness. What is this happiness of yours? Says Mother. There is no such thing. The navigator chuckles. My grandmother and grandfather suffered. My parents suffered. My husband suffered. I am suffering, and Kerr will. There is no other way, because this is the way it should be. These are not just moments of suffering. These are flashes of the great flame, tests that we should pass on our way to eternal life. She raps out briskly, as if she is afraid of changing her mind, gets out of breath by the end of her speech. Well, it's your business, the navigator shrugs. Makes a wide swipe on the tablet with his finger, and Kirill becomes a tallyman. In a few years, he will graduate from school and go to Algova for professional studies, and will soon disappear. Bloody hell, it's loud. Will hide his profile on the net, ignore Mother's phone calls and letters, and will not even send her birthday greetings. Uncle Corny will manage to find his course mates on student forums. Strange, unsociable, stupid will be their most contained words. Then Kerr will start working and Mother will read every news item about Tallyman's successful projects. That's loud. No one will even mention her son's name. And this means he won't find any errors in the progress program, and he will become one of those whom they call parasites. Mother and Uncle Corny get married and look after Granny till she dies. Okay. Then they will move to the settlement of Thermal and live a quiet, empty life. Aunt Tamara will sometimes visit them, complaining about Yana and her son-in-law, a heavily drinking train driver, saying that they are having arguments that turn violent and have no children. The unshaven fellow in the leather jacket will wait for Aunt Tamara at the entrance. Will confess all sorts of sins, drop down on his knees, swear that he will change, but she won't believe him. Will walk on by. And then he will start cursing like mad, foam at the mouth, tearing his shirt apart, shaking fists at her. The navigator will watch all of this from Algova. He will take notes with his tablet, write reports, letters. One day, he will wonder if the robot cleaner got broken and started making patches of dust. And the navigator will make a new habit. Every morning after exercising and taking a contrast shower, he will go wiping all the screens with a cloth. But he will never be able to wipe the dust and the dull grey off them. The end! You've made Kurt unhappy. It may seem like you had no other choice. It's not true. According to the progress program calculation, Kurt has 11 different destiny options. He may be happy. Give him another chance. Thanks for playing. Let's try again, but with the lighter. Lamplighter. Who is this? Lamplighter. Why not? It's a good, unusual trade. Runs in the family, she says. Lamplighter, lamplighter. She says a little quieter and nods. Okay. What profession have you chosen? A lamplighter, mother finally gavels over his shoulder. It's very good, says the robot. Lamplighter are in demand. They help us make signals. Without signals, we will get lost in this dump. Mother Bushes replies, Shut it, you dumb dweller. The robot bursts into resemblance of laughter. Its voice is still unemotional and mechanical. His father was a good lamplighter. We remember him. Okay. Skip all this because we've read it. Lamplighter, replies mother and sighs. That's the choice. Well done, says Aunt Tamara and takes mother's hand. They spent some time in silence. You know, after what happened, I thought, well, you know what I'm talking about. It goes without saying. Well done. Excellent. Mother nods. You know what, Captain? What I always wanted to say is we do need lamplighters because we have signal failures everywhere. We badly need them. But if your son goes away, then... Oh, why am I skating around like a well-greased robot? No, Tamara suddenly exposed. If your son goes away, who will be left? Who else would make a decent husband? Some drunkard from Thermal? And we are a done deal. We are all settled here. She points at her daughter. Yana blushes and starts pushing the buttons with a doubled force. Son attempts to stand up, leans forward, but hesitates and stops in this strange position. Am I wrong, continues Aunt Tamara, or do you intend to become an old maid, my dear? Mother, her daughter explains in a fit of anger, then rises and loudly declares, I'm going to the kitchen. She subtly motions to Kurt to follow her. Go ahead. Okay. What do you want to be? A lamplighter, says Mother, entering the kitchen. Get ready, Kirill. It's time to go. Right. Shit! Lamplighter, she says without waiting for his reply, and you'll go away into that cursed fog every day, and you'll perish there one day just like your father. A lamplighter, replies Mother, stepping out onto the balcony. Her voice sounds harsh, almost angry. Kappa, mumbles Uncle Connie. Well, this is what we decided, she replies. Son, give us some time. We need to have a private word. Kara nods under the beam of passes his pale and golden disappears into the doorway. Now the school is empty. A lamplighter! Quickly and without looking at Uncle Cornish, she takes Kara's hands and they leave. I did. You'll become a lamplighter. Her voice is brisk and angry. Now get lost. Ha! Is the fellow's only reply. Exiting the room, he adds, you'll be working your damn fingers to the bone all your life and then pop off like your father. Mother goes pale and starts chasing after him. You little shit! Lamplighter, says Mother and gives a heavy sigh. The navigator turns his gaze to her for the first time. Says sounds outside something. Probability of setting your boy up for an unhappy usual. His voice is emotional. Are you sure? Yes. Unhappy Lamplighter Trophy. Graduated from school, mastered his trade and worked in the mountains for days on end in steam and scorching mud. His face will become weather-beaten and rough. Burn scars will appear on his left hand. After his granny's death, he will continue living with Mother. Mother will grow very quickly. Idle and lonely, she will sink into moral decay. He will spend entire days on Sigend Forums. Sigens will be the moniker her son would use to refer to believers in the flame. They will have arguments about that. However, their arguments will be few and enthusiastic. There will be moments of joy, also very few. One day they were taking a homeless dog. Another day in a glittery zeppelin surrounded by spike heads will fly over the metal bunkhouses. And Tamara and Yana also lead a lone quiet life in the settlement. One day Yana invited her to a birthday party. And they will even dance together. Then they will write to each other. There will be no third time, which will greatly disappoint their parents. Uncle Connie will write to Crow's mother on the net, but less and less often. And at the end of the 5-year plan period, he will suddenly move to Algora. Reportedly, he will give up on the flame and get very close to the navigators. Soon Uncle Connie leaves the settlement, and an unshaven fellow in a leather jacket will soon disappear. No one will know what happened to him. He most probably just fell into a geyser after drinking too much on a rainy day. He went to make the revolution. The navigator will watch all this from Gondola, take notes on his tablet, the end, you make her unhappy, seems like you're charged. Damn! Main menu. Seems to be quite a lot of thingies here. Oh. Interesting. Don't give up. Don't give it up. Should I continue? Okay then. Let's go Lamplighter, and then we'll go to up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm going to send these up. Oh. Lamplighter. Am I beautiful? Tallyman. Shit! Lamplighter. Trust me. Tallyman. Lamplighter. Tallyman. Lamplighter. Yes. Ah. Starts over. Don't know how do you expect to get all the trophies for this. I think there was 16 trophies for this. So how the fuck do you get all of them? We'll go up and down, up and down, up and down again, and then we'll go with no on the mother's decision. At the end. Are you sure? Of course I'm sure, my friend. Then we'll go with the Tallyman, then down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, then yes. Then down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then no. See if that makes any difference. I forgot what I fucking picked now. That! Oh, yeah, Lamplighter. Yeah, there we go. Tallyman. I really do like the art style. Lamplighter. Ooh, tell him. Lamplighter. Oh, it did. Are you sure? No. I'm not sure about anything anymore, replies Mother. Navigator sits back, stretches his tight neck and focuses on Kurt again. Alright, let's make another attempt. So what profession do you choose? Oh, what do we choose? Oh, okay. I don't know, says Kerr. The navigator smiles, showing his white and straight teeth. His whole face changes as if getting younger. Now you are talking, he almost purrs. That's the way. At this moment, Mother jumps up. I'm sorry, son, she sobs and runs out. Her son jerks forward to run after her, but unexpectedly he himself changes his mind. Instead, he pulls himself together and sits up. They are left one-on-one. The navigator keeps on smiling. It's not an easy choice, I understand, but you know the answer, right? What would you like to be? Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. I'm not seeing if anything else comes up because I left it and then that third option came up. But it doesn't seem to be. Happy Lamplighter Trophy. Yay! Excellent choice, he says. A little bit of happier music. Ah, right, okay. Getting back home, he'll always call on his old granny first and just sit by her side, sometimes reading aloud. She will soon die, amazingly peacefully and quietly. Mother will not grieve for a long time and will soon announce that she is going to marry Uncle Corny. Her son will shrug it off, wish them a happy marriage, but will refuse to move to the settlement. He will meet Yana at their wedding. They will dance. This will be the second or third dance in Kerr's life. It will be clumsy, but he will try to do his best with a very serious face. Yana will burst into laughter. Then they will write to each other on the neck once, twice, and little by little, Yana will move into his porky metal bunkhouse. Nice. She will quickly arrange things her own way. True. But I'd call her blue, orange, pink. Getting back home from work will become more pleasant. By the end of the next 5-year period plan, they are already expecting a baby. There is no maternity hospital in settlement of Thermal, so they will have to travel to the regional centre. Everyone will accompany them. Kerr's mother, Uncle Corny, Aunt Tamara, and even the unshaven fellow. But this time he'll be clean shaven and get a suit for somewhere. I've got a grandson now, he'll tell everyone pompously. I'm starting a new life. The navigator from Gondola will get in touch. He'll give him a reserved congratulations, remind that main challenge is still way ahead. Say that child Bill fills with energy and joy, but it's a great responsibility. To the child, to yourself, and to the whole safe. And if you drown in everyday life, stop looking around and trying to do your best to joy will soon go away. Become happy, you choose success while strictly observing the rules. Congratulations, you'll make a good navigator. Dull Grey is the second game set in the World of Progress program. Alright, okay. First game, Railways of Love, is a road novel about love and destiny. Alright, okay. Oh, let's try this again. I see the different outcome for the other one. Salaman. Shit! Lamplighter. Yes, I know I could skip it, but I like the music. Wah, 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 wah. Are you sure, Mother? Let's wait. See if anything comes up. Maybe she's not showing either. Oh, it doesn't look it. No, I'm not sure. I don't know, sir. Salaman. A HatCHeTHaZ trophy. Excellent choice, he says. Graduate from school, got Algova professional studies. He will almost disappear, will fade, hide his profile on the net, give rare and curt replies, and only on Mother's birthday he will find it, bother to call and talk to her. He will manage to find his course mates. So strange, suitable, stubborn. Okay. So they come to the settlement, looking slimmer and grown up, shining from within, not only because of fashionable eye implants. He will hug Mother and tell her that he saved a man. He will show his photo, explain that he found an error in the man's destiny. The data clearly showed that the man should become an astronaut. Progress program made him choose between his spacesuit and a farm. Greet him as his son. Proud of such achievements, he will say that it is his Uncle Corner's decisive advice and encourage her to choose his wonderful profession. The settlement will throw a party. Okay. Stick with Aunt Tamara and beg off her excuse. Okay. Navigator will watch always there. Okay. Hard to make him smile. We'll get in touch via the net. Just a bit suffocating, dull grey will be the only thing left. The end! Interesting. But yeah, if you've just been tuning in, guys, the reason why I skipped all the reading, because I've already read it at the start. But yeah, that was dull grey. Quite interesting. Interesting indeed. I very rarely play these visual novels. I know there's quite a few out there, especially in the Japanese novels and stuff. Yeah, pretty interesting game. I did like the art style. Definitely reminded me of like the art style to 1920s Soviet Union stuff. Music was pretty cool as well. So yeah, I don't know how you can expect to get all these trophies. I think it said there were 16 trophies, but interesting. But we managed to get a few. But anyway, guys, that was dull grey. You're very welcome. Hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, I do want to thank the developers and publishers for providing me with the code for the game and for letting me stream it early. It doesn't come out until beginning of May, I think. So if you did like the look of the game, if you like these kind of visual novels, definitely give it a whirl, especially if you want to get all the trophies and stuff. But I'm pretty sure there were 16 to get all together. But yeah, interesting indeed. So guys, that was dull grey. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, share and subscribe. Does help me out a lot. Be sure to give us a follow on the socials as well. So for now, hope you enjoyed again. This is HatCHeTHaZ. I'll see you soon with a new video.